gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon. You're all ready for happiness talk? Yes. You're all ready? Yes. चलिए तो थोड़ा सा पहले उसके लिए हम एक रिदमिक ताली बजाने की कोशिश करते हैं। जैसे इसमें रिदम थोड़ा गड़बड़ है, मैं फिर देखिए ये बेटर है। मैंने ऐसा नहीं किया। I didn't clap, right? एक बार फिर करते हैं। सुनना पड़ता है। You understood it? Okay, all right. आपके पास दो पीस ऑफ पेपर है और ये छोटा सा आपको मैंने चिट दिया हुआ है, तो तीनों का इस्तेमाल हम करेंगे अपने सेशन के दौरान और कुछ चीज़ें बताएंगे आपको जो न्यूरो साइंस बेस्ड है। तो आज मैं जो आपको बताने जा रहा हूँ वो है इकोनॉमिक्स और न्यूरो साइंस, दोनों को मिक्स करके कुछ चीज़ें जो रिसर्च से निकल के आई है वही मैं आपके साथ शेयर करूँगा, कुछ एक्टिविटीज़ के द्वारा और कुछ आपके एक्शंस और ब्रीफिंग के द्वारा, और कुछ चीज़ें मैं आपको दिखाऊंगा। तो नंबर 1, सबसे पहले आप सब लोग पेयर में बैठेंगे, कोई अकेले नहीं बैठेगा। पेयर में नहीं, आप इधर चले जाइए, आप वहाँ 2 देयर शुड बी ए पेयर, यू शुड हैव अ नेबर, all of you should have a neighbor, make sure that you have a neighbor, ठीक है? अपने नेबर को आइडेंटिफाई कर लीजिए। Nobody will be without a neighbor. Everybody should have a neighbor, right? आपको आपके पास जो लोग बैठे हुए हैं उसको आइडेंटिफाई करिए, वो आपके पड़ोसी हैं, ठीक है? वो आपके पड़ोसी हैं। You got it? All of you? सबके पास पड़ोसी है? वेरी गुड। अब अपने पड़ोसी से हैंडशेक करिए, एक दूसरे को अपना नाम बताइए और इंट्रोड्यूस करिए अपने को। और आप उनको बताइए कि आप कितने अच्छे पड़ोसी हैं। पर ऐसे हाथ रखिए, कंधे पर हाथ रखिए, पड़ोसी के कंधे पर, और उनको आप थोड़ा सा हल्का ऐसे मसाज दीजिए, ऐसे। आप बहुत देर से चेयर पर बैठे हैं तो दिक्कत तो हो सकती है। बहुत बढ़िया, आपका भी नंबर आएगा। और सब लोग हाथ सीधा कर लीजिए, सीधे हो जाइए, मेरी तरफ हो जाइए। अब इधर आप मुड़ जाइए, इधर मुड़िए। अब आपकी बारी है, वेरी गुड। आप नहीं दे रहे हैं, ठीक है, सीधा कर लीजिए। आप मेरी तरफ देखिए, अब आप मेरी तरफ देखिए। अब आप फिर ऐसे हो जाइए, ठीक है? अब आपको क्या करना है, अपने ध्यान से सुनिएगा, अपने पड़ोसी को धीरे से ऐसे टैप करनी है, धक्का नहीं मारना है, ऐसे टैप करना है, सो दैट द पड़ोसी आपका थोड़ा सा हिल जाए, ठीक है? 1 2 3, वेरी गुड। अब आप मेरी तरफ देखिए, अब आप इस तरफ देखिए, ठीक है? अब आप फिर करिए 1 2 3, ऑलराइट। मेरी तरफ देखिए, अब आप बैठ जाइए इसी, ऑलराइट।
After this exercise, we feel a bit more involved in the entire process.
Engaged, involved
in the entire process.
Connected. Anybody else? Yeah. You want to say something? You started feeling positive, right? So positivity create की जा सकती है, right? You agree with that? Yes. देखिए, जिस चीजों को आप एग्री करते हैं उसके लिए आप कहेंगे हाय सर, और जिस चीजों को एग्री करते हैं, नहीं एग्री करते हैं तो ये नहीं चलेगा, बेकार है, ऐसे बोल दीजिएगा, ठीक है? So जब मैं कहूँगा हेलो तो आप कहिएगा हाय सर, इसका मतलब आप एग्री करते हैं। हेलो, वेरी गुड। पॉइंट नंबर 1, पॉजिटिविटी कैन बी क्रिएटेड। इज दैट ओके विद ऑल ऑफ यू? हम पॉजिटिविटी क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। हाथ अपने दोनों उठाइए, ऊपर की तरफ देखिए, छत की तरफ, सब लोग छत की तरफ देखिए, एंड ट्राई टू बी सैड। अपने दोनों हाथ ऊपर उठाइए, छत की तरफ देखिए और ट्राई टू बी सैड। You can't be sad, right? It's very difficult to be sad. Okay, हाथ नीचे करिए. Okay, why it is so difficult to be sad?
We are right now in a very positive environment, so we don't want to be sad.
Hey,
Why would we want to be sad?
When you look up,
God as well.
yeah, when you look up,
It's looking to God and we can't be sad.
okay, I'll disprove your hypothesis right now. देखिए, जब आपने हाथ ऊपर किया, छत की तरफ देखा, it is very difficult to be sad. That's true. You cannot be sad. अब आपने हाथ को ऐसे करिए. I'll give you another hypothesis. हाथ को ऐसे करिए, सीधे से लगाइए और सिर को नीचे करिए. Try to be sad. It's so easy to be sad. आपका hypothesis कट गया. आप जो करें, it's not circumstances. It's actually the way we position ourselves. It is not the circumstance. Irrespective of circumstances, positive or negative, you can be happy or growth mindset, looking for something else which is generally called flourishing. There is a term called flourishing. Flourishing of mind. A flourishing mind will always be happy. A flourishing mind is the one which opens up. Right? If you close it, you become sad. So when you become sad, what happens to your body? It actually converges. It goes inside. It actually takes you that position, right? तो इसको स्टडी किया था एक बड़े ही इंटरेस्टिंग डुसेन ने. ये एनाटोमिस्ट हैं फ्रांस से, और इनका जो स्टडी है वो है मसल्स मूवमेंट के ऊपर, बॉडी के मसल्स मूवमेंट पर इन्होंने स्टडी किया है. काफ़ी लार्ज स्टडी है इनका. और इन्होंने बताया कि देर आर सर्टन activities in your body muscles which actually enables you to smile and be happy. So when you be happy, it is actually your body anatomy that works for it. So when it depends on your body anatomy, that means you can create that anatomy, adopt that as a part of your daily routine, and you can be happy. And therefore it's possible to be happy irrespective of anything. It depends on what you do, how you work out. So there is something called Duchenne smile. आप ट्राई कर सकते हो. पेन या पेंसिल आपके पास होगा, लीजिए. जो ट्राई करना चाहते हैं कर सकते हैं. This is bring the pencil near your mouth, put it inside. And that's called Duchenne smile, right? This is called Duchenne smile. Why it is called Duchenne smile? Because when you smile like this, your cheek muscle, I'm not going into the technical detail of it, it's written over there, cheek muscles, and there is a special muscle which is around your eyes, actually gets activated, right? So Duchenne says that if these two, cheek muscle and the eye muscles, they get activated for a considerable period of time. Let's say if you smile continuously through the day, you have a better chance to be happy. Hello? Do you agree with that? Yeah. So happiness is a practice. Point number 9. मुझे लगता है इनका बनाने में दिक्कत नहीं आएगी. तोमर साहब में कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगी. ऑलराइट, चेहरा बना लिया सब लोगों ने. जल्दी जल्दी काम करना है. यहाँ पर कोई बहुत ज़्यादा परफेक्शन की जरूरत नहीं है. आपने चेहरा बना दिया, आंखें बनाइए, नाक बनाइए, मुंह बनाइए, अपने नेबर का बनाइए उसके ऊपर. अब आप गला बनाइए, बॉडी बनाइए, हाथ बनाइए अपने नेबर का, और ये जल्दी जल्दी करना है. यू आर एन आर्टिस्ट, यू कैन डू दैट. अपने नेबर को देखिए और बनाइए. लीजिए. ऑलराइट, बढ़िया. अपना ये करिए, बड़ा मजा आएगा आपको. करके देखिए एंड यू विल बी अमेज्ड टू सी द रिजल्ट, राइट? आपने चेहरा बना लिया, हाथ बना लिया, बॉडी बना लिया. अब उनके पाँव और शूज बनाइए. उनके पाँव और शूज को देखिए और पाँव और शूज बनाइए उनके. ऑलराइट लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, हमारे पास टाइम थोड़ा कम है, तो आपके आर्टिस्ट को अभी हम विराम देते हैं. आपने जो बना लिया बहुत अच्छा बनाया. अब अपने तस्वीर जो आपने बनाई अपने नेबर की, वो अपने नेबर को दिखाइए. दिखाइए, दिखाइए, अपने नेबर को दिखाइए. अपने नेबर को दिखाइए. आप अपना दिखाइए इनको. आप अपना दिखाइए इनको. लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, योर अटेंशन प्लीज. हमको थोड़ा आगे ही बढ़ना है. कुछ पॉइंट्स पर आप एंजॉय कर रहे हैं, मुझे पता है. थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ना है, राइट? ये देखिए, ये देखिए. हाँ, लुक एट दिस. वेट अ मिनट, वेट अ मिनट. Look at this. An imperfect, picture, right? Why are we laughing so much about it? जब imperfection होती है लाइफ के अंदर तो हम तो दुखी हो जाते हैं. And look at ourselves, you know, we are so happy that we are imperfect. Are we not? If you would have been perfect, you would not have been so happy. We are imperfect, that's why we are happy, right? हम इतना खुश हो रहे हैं imperfection में, right? So happiness can be achieved even in imperfection. You understand that? इस पर साइन करिए और अपने नेबर को दे दीजिए. And some of you remember, some of you will cherish it. आप घर में जाके लगाएंगे कि हमारे फ्रेंड ने बनाया था, देखो. है कि नहीं? All right. आपके लिए एक और रूल मुझे बनाना पड़ेगा. ये ऑडियंस बहुत ही एक्टिव है तो मुझे एक और रूल बनानी पड़ेगी. और रूल ये होगा कि जब मैं ऐसे हाथ करूंगा सीधा तो आप सबको चुप हो जाना पड़ेगा. इज दैट ओके? अग्रीएबल? ऑलराइट. जब मैं ऐसे करूंगा तो सबको पिन ड्रॉप साइलेंस, कोई नहीं बोलेगा. इज दैट ओके? ठीक है. ओके, फाइन. इट इज क्वाइट नॉर्मल to behave abnormally in an abnormal situation. You agree with that or not? Right? Hello? Yeah. It's quite normal. So don't shy away from that. You have to open up. Open up and be imperfect. Nothing wrong about it. And that's the way to happiness. You understand that? Point number 3. Imperfection is part of life. Happy people are not those who are not having any imperfection in their life. Happy people are those who understands that imperfection is part of life. And they know how to laugh about it. You understand? They enjoy the imperfection. Is that clear to all of you? Yeah, okay. Fine. Wonderful. Look at the pain and misery that all of us have. Is there anybody who doesn't have any setback? Who doesn't have any pain in their life? I don't think so. Please rise if you have seen death in your home. आप अपने घर में डेथ आपने देखा, एक्सपीरियंस किया है तो आप प्लीज खड़े हो जाइए. Almost 90%, 95% of you have already risen. I have not yet gone to the second misery that all of us actually, financial misery, or maybe somebody has let you down, somebody has pulled you down, you felt rejected. You know, if I go on to that level, I don't have to. You look at just one single misery, all of you are here. Please sit down. Thank you so much for this. So pain is part of life. So happiness does not mean absence of pain. You have to actually understand this. Happiness is not absence of pain. So pain and pleasure can happen together. Right? Neuroscience is very clear about it. It says that the process of pain and the process of pleasure will go together. You can be happy even in the most difficult circumstances. ये कहीं ऊपर से तो डिसाइड नहीं करता कि मैथ आप ज़्यादा सीख गए. You may not have given enough time to maths. Let's be very practical. Right? You have not given enough time to math. That's why you don't know math. Clear है? I wish I had a bigger biceps. Biceps होना चाहिए करो. क्या मतलब है इसका? आप तो जिम गए नहीं. इसका मतलब आप अगर जिम गए होते तो बाइसेप्स होता. आप I wish I had biceps. कैसे होगा? आप तो जिम गए ही नहीं. This is something very very interesting about life. You understand? We wish for something for which we are not working, right? तो जिस पर आप काम नहीं करेंगे वो कैसे होगा? वो तो नहीं हो सकता ना. It's just like, you know, I'm asthmatic, but I'm able to manage its symptoms, and I'm an athlete. Have you seen many athletes who are asthmatic? Cricket player, asthmatic. Chronic asthmatic. Right? If I had succumbed to this, I would not have been here in front of you. So I knew how to manage it. So you manage your asthma, you're able to do the things. Happiness is also like that. Happiness is a skill. Happiness is building the muscles. Happiness is knowing the math. You can be happy if you know how to be happy. Your awareness. If you have more awareness about happiness, your chances of becoming happy is greater. This is not a chance factor. You are happy because there is a God grace. Yeah, of course, there will be a lot of God grace involved. But your chances of becoming happy is more if you know really how to be happy. The science has actually proved that yes, it is possible to work on happiness because happiness is a kind of skill, right? It's a kind of muscle building. So today what we are going to do is that I'll give you some muscles for being happy. And it's not without reason that it's catching up very fast, right? The most popular course. So 3 things to start with. My happiness is my responsibility. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Happiness is a skill which can be learned. Yes or no?
Yes.
Alright. We don't have to leave happiness to chance factor. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? Of course. So with these 3 presumptions, let's move ahead. Richard Davidson, famous neuroscientist, he talked about something called attention deficit. Let's understand the attention deficit. You have another piece of paper. Take out the piece of paper. Do exactly what I'm doing with this piece of paper. Right? See me doing, and I'm also going to say it, so hear me what I'm doing. So you have 2 complications. One is seeing and also hearing. And try to do exactly what I'm doing with this piece of paper. This also means that the kind of outcome I'm going to get with this paper, you also get the same outcome because you're also doing the same thing. Is that clear to all of you? Am I clear to all of you? Yeah. Okay. So here I go. Fold the paper. Tear it from the right hand side. Fold the paper. Tear it from the left hand side. Fold the paper. Tear it from the left hand side. Okay? Paper. Tear it from the right hand side. Fold the paper. Tear it from the left side. Fold it paper. Tear it from the right side. So let me show you my outcome. So this is what I have got. Let me see your outcome. Alright. So fantastic. I'm going to ask you to come here. Sir, please sir. आप आइए. आप आइए. 2-3 लोग पिकअप करेंगे. आप आइए. इसमें देखिए, जिंदगी अच्छी भली चल रही थी. ये पता नहीं क्या हो गया. ये देखिए. इनका तो खैर अलग केस है. He has actually understood the life. आप बता दीजिए. He understood life. He understood life. Right? इन दोनों का क्या हुआ? आप बताइए क्या हो गया?
किया फॉलो किया इंस्ट्रक्शन बट पूरी तरह से नहीं कर पाए तो साइड का तो फट गया बट बीच का वाला जो पार्ट है वो नहीं फटा
तो पूरी तरह से जब इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉलो किया तो फिर क्यों नहीं फटा? इंस्ट्रक्शन में कोई गड़बड़ी थी?
नहीं इंस्ट्रक्शन में गड़बड़ी नहीं थी हमें करने में गड़बड़ी थी
आपके करने में गड़बड़ी तो लाइफ जो है हमारा पेस थोड़ा सा इधर-उधर हो गया हम समझ नहीं पाए किधर जा we made some choices but we didn't understand where this choice is taking us. So we didn't actually look at that aspect, right? Secondly, ये क्या कहना चाहते हैं? ये कहना चाहते हैं भाई आपका इंस्ट्रक्शन जो था वो भी थोड़ा गड़बड़ी था क्योंकि आपने अगर ठीक से समझाया होता तो मुझे okay, alright. आपका क्या हुआ? पहले दिखाइए. आपने बनाया बड़ा कमाल का है लेकिन और बन गया लेकिन बढ़िया है.
इंस्ट्रक्शन से थोड़ा सा लेट लिया मतलब मैंने पहली कमांड मिस कर गया था जब आपके इंस्ट्रक्शन खत्म हुए थे मैंने एक कोने से और काट लिया तो
मैंने कुछ और ऐड कर दिया देखिए तो हमारे यहाँ एक प्रैक्टिस है ना कि जो कपल होते हैं नए कपल लोग भगवान के पास जाते हैं और उनसे पूछते हैं भगवान मुझे बेटा दे देना बेटा अभी भी हमारे यहाँ बड़ा टैबू मारा जाता है बेटा चाहिए भगवान ने उसको बेटा दे दिया उसने पूछा उसने भगवान ने उसको बेटा दे दिया अब वो जब बड़ा हो गया तो फिर गया भगवान के पास कहा भगवान ये पूरे जमाने में चुन चुन के मेरे घर में भेजना था ये पता नहीं क्या दे दिया तुम तो जब आप मांग रहे थे भगवान से बेटा तो उस वक्त आपको बोलना चाहिए कि भगवान एक बेटा देना जो IAS बन जाए वो आपने मिस कर दिया तो लाइफ इधर से उधर हो गई वो आपने नहीं बोला था उसको है कि नहीं तो शादी हो जाए तो मैं खुश हो जाऊंगा शादी हो गई फिर कुछ दिन के बाद कहते हैं अगर डिवोर्स मिल जाए we keep on postponing our happiness, right? गुप्ता जी ने दरवाजे पर नॉक किया मैंने दरवाजा खोला गुप्ता जी के हाथ में मिठाई खाई क्या हो गया आपका बेटा और मेरा बेटा बड़ा बेटा आपका मेरा बड़ा बेटा दोनों इंजीनियरिंग का एग्जाम लिखा था इस बार आपको पता ही होगा तो दोनों का हो गया IIT दिल्ली में मिठाई खाई एंड आई वाज सो हैप्पी, यू नो। गुप्ता जी को गले लगाया और मिठाई भी खिलाया गुप्ता जी को। साल भर के बाद फिर गुप्ता जी आए, दरवाजा नॉक हुआ, बोला गुप्ता जी सामने खड़े, मिठाई खाई। अब क्या हुआ गुप्ता जी, इस बार तो आपका छोटा बेटा और मेरे बेटे ने दोनों ने IAS लिखा था, मेरे बेटे का तो हो गया, आपके बेटे का तो अब बढ़िया है, हो जाएगा, अगले साल हो जाएगा। अब वही गुप्ता जी, वही मिठाई अब तो मेरे लिए जहर हो गया, अब मैं इसको खाऊं कैसे और खिलाऊं कैसे, और गले लग देगा तो कोई मतलब ही नहीं बनता है कि। तो आउटलायर में जो मैल्कम ग्लैडवेल है वो स्टार्ट करते हैं, एक ट्राइब का स्टोरी देते हैं, राइट। वो इटालियन ट्राइब है रोजेटियंस जो है वो US में सेटल हुए, और उस सिटी में वो ये तो ऑथर है ग्लैडवेल, वो अपने डॉक्टर फ्रेंड के साथ बैठा हुआ बियर पी रहा था। तो डॉक्टर ने कैजुअली मेंशन किया कि एक्चुअली देखो अजीब सा लगता है कि शहर में बड़े सारे लोग लाइफस्टाइल डिसीज लेके मेरे पास आते हैं, किसी को ये है किसी को वो है, लेकिन रोजेटियंस बड़े कम आते हैं। तो उसको इन्होंने हाइपोथेसिस के रूप में लिया कि ऐसा क्या है डिफरेंस, पीपल आर लिविंग इन द सेम सिटी, दे डोंट हैव that problem, others have problems. What is the reason? So he explored everything scientifically, including the genes, historical lineage, blood, this, that, climate, everything. He didn't find any significant explanation. So one of his sociologist friend came, and he spent some time with the Rojetians, and he came back and he said, there is only one differentiator I found. So he asked, what is that differentiator? He said, in Rojetian tribes, when everybody goes for work, and when everybody goes for work, the females actually they will do the household chores together. वो इस घर का की और दूसरे घर में जाके सफाई करेगी, दूसरे घर की और तीसरे घर में जाके सफाई, you know, they help each other and they spend that kind of time. And when the men come back, they will have this practice of sitting together and having at least one drink. ये उनका practice बना हुआ है। और the rich Rojetians, when they are meeting the poor Rojetians, the rich Rojetians will take the care that they do not flaunt their wealth in front of the poor. That is their inherent practice. तो आपका डॉक्टर आपको ये कभी नहीं बताएगा कि आपके पड़ोसी ने अगर फरारी खरीदी तो आपको हार्ट अटैक हो सकता है, राइट? ये नहीं बताएगा आपका डॉक्टर आपको कभी। You know how you live in which neighborhood, how you interact with the people, how you are open up with people for the social interaction is an indicator of your happiness, right? Second is, I was slightly faster in my approach. Many of you, how many of you thought that I was a little faster? Yeah, many of you. Yeah, but none of you asked me to stop. Did you ask me to stop? You would have said, "Oh, professor, can you stop? Can you do it again?" क्या दिक्कत थी उसमें? But nobody asked questions actually.
You didn't give the instruction. You only told that. Yes.
Yes. So what happened? So as a human being, our tendency is that we place everything on others' shoulder because we try to escape accountability. Right? Choices. When you make choices, you also take the responsibility. The people who knows how to take the responsibility, have the guts to take the responsibility, can make choices. Right? किसने ये ठीक लग रहा है तो वो हमारा दोस्त कहेगा हाँ ठीक है, और जब बाहर गए किसी ने कह दिया ये क्या पहन लियो, आके वापस दोस्त को पकड़े गए, यार तुमने कहा था ना, देखो ऐसा हो गया, लोग कह रहे हैं कि बेकार है। This should have been your decision. Okay, all right, please. और आपका कैसे ठीक हो गया सर? आपने तो बिल्कुल एग्जैक्ट सही किया।
Because you know
थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ हो गया आपका बीच में। वो आपके 3 थे, मैंने सोचा आपके 1 हैं।
The only thing
You
that
listen to it very carefully.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, 2 things that I did. I listened and watched to him very carefully with the TV being silent. I did not apply my mind. I was not thinking. There was no thought this process. I was just kept looking at it.
Okay. So one of the things that Richard Davidson has said is about attention deficit. He said distractibility of mind can actually cause havoc. So what we are trying to do is that we are trying to make people understand what it means to be living in the present and paying full attention. That is what the idea of happy mind is. So he asked his audience, what are you doing right now? Say for example, if I ask you, what are you doing right now? You will say, oh, you are here in the hall, you are listening to me. And that's what his audience said. And then he asked the second question, where is your mind at this moment? And 65% of his audience said that the mind is not here. And I'm sure if I ask this question in this room, in this hall, result will not be very different, right? So you have just picked up your mobile, you checked the message, you kept it, and immediately again in a flash you picked up the mobile again and started checking as if there is something breakthrough has come. Nothing breakthrough has come because you have just checked it. You knew that, right? You started reading the book, you read the first page, you have gone to the second page, you have gone to the third page. By the time you have gone to the third page, you have completely forgotten what was written on the first page. If that happens to you, your attention deficit is very large. Your attention deficit is very large. It's a common sight. I just saw a mother, she was talking on a phone, and the child, the small child, was dragging the mother for attention, seeking for attention. Right? What will happen to this child? So, bikers talking on phone and driving. What will happen to this biker? Right? So very, very interesting. Calling attention to your attention. Attention is a rare commodity. Very, very rare commodity. Right? So what happens when we actually pay attention? Full mutual attention, non-verbal synchrony, the brain cell oscillators starts functioning. The quantum physics says that we are all bundle of energy, right? It originates in mind, and the words that you speak actually gets converted into energy. It's a vibration on which we live. And as long as it dances, you're alive, you're kicking. If it doesn't dance, it doesn't oscillate, you're gone. And what makes it oscillate is very interesting. Your limbic system, so right and the left brain. So I'll talk about that in a while. It feels good, of course. And the types of attention we are talking about is sensory distraction. Let's say something has happened over there, and that attracts my mind, is sensory. So it's not that bad because it is actually affected by the external stimuli, right? So what is problematic is emotional attention, where mind wandering is the problem. So there is a Zen story, the Zen horse rider. So he was going somewhere and some child asked him, "Hey horse rider, where are you going?" The horse rider said, "Oh, why are you asking this question to me? Ask my horse. Hey, the horse is taking me. I don't know where I'm going." Right? So if your horse is taking you in some direction, it might also put you down sometime. Right? So is your horse taking you in some direction, or is it you who is actually driving the horse? That's the important point here. So Jonathan, when he talks about happiness hypothesis, he talked about elephant. He said, think about an elephant and you are the rider. And the rider doesn't know how to control the elephant. What will the elephant do? The elephant will start destroying the farm, houses, kill people. It can create havoc, it can also create anything that you can think about. But think about this situation when elephant actually knows how to control the elephant, and the rider knows how to control the elephant. What is that elephant is capable of doing? It's capable of lots of many things that we will be seeing in a wonderful way. So our mind is elephant, and we are the rider. So next question is, can we control our mind? The neuroscience says answer is yes, right? Because mind is neuroplastic. So neuroplasticity is being discussed these days. I look at this Harvard paper which talks about absence of human movement. It has got wider implications. So it says that absence of human movement in an organization can wreak havoc. Good people leave, those who remain are unhappy. It's not about what we provide to people, it's about how we deal with them, how we talk to them. You just see that. Harvard Business Review recently had in an article called Human Movement about how to make real contact with a person at work. It says the fundamental thing that you have to do is to turn off your BlackBerry. So this paper was written in the time when BlackBerry was ruling the market. Close your laptop, end your daydream, and pay full attention to the person. And this article found that this is the moment of dejection or acceptance, right? So when do you say that he is a good person? Because he is actually paying attention to you. And how do you pay attention? The pay attention has to be without mind wandering, right? Eye contacts, put down your laptop, look at this person and talk. This person will be happy. So I'm skipping this one. I'm going to the science of happiness, the paucity of time zone. Another experiment by Richard Davidson. So he said that he found that the patch appeared on the left side of the brain when the happy baby face was shown. And as the duration increased, the patch size increased to an average of 52 mm. And when the defaced baby was shown, the patch appeared on the right side of the brain. So he said that left and right side of the brain is actually controlled by the limbic system. And our limbic system actually sends the signal to the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex will send all this information either to the left side or to the right side. If it goes to the right side, you become sad. If it goes to the left side, you become happy. Or you become positive about this attitude. And now think about it. The neuroscience says that in 24 hours, about 50,000 thoughts will come to your mind. Mind wandering, mind wanders. Like, Jen horse. Is the horse taking you or you're taking the horse? Your mind is going in 50,000 directions. So 50,000 thoughts will start. And all these 50,000 thoughts will be sent to the prefrontal cortex. And 80%, if you don't do anything about that, then 80% of these thoughts will be sent to the right side, naturally. So you have 80% chances, if you don't do anything about your mind, you have 80% chances to become negative. And in 20% cases, you become positive. You develop negative approach about the problem because it's being sent to the right-hand side, right? What happiness looks like neurologically. This is what is happiness. What you are seeing is very interesting. Molecules of the protein myosin is dragging a ball of endorphins into the inner side of the brain and producing the feeling of happiness. Neurologically, happiness is a neurological phenomenon. So people started asking, can we see happiness? Yeah, you see happiness. This is happiness. This is how it happens. But what is important about happiness is endorphin. You need the ball of endorphin. I asked this question to many audience of mine, including the top CEOs of the companies. I asked them to list 10 things. If they get, they will be happy. So if I ask you to list 10 things which you get, you think that you can be happy. So they listed 10 things. And more than 2,000 questionnaires, I can tell you that 80% of what they said or listed actually did not produce any endorphin. It actually produced more of dopamine. So dopamine is like, eating ice cream. So you like ice cream, you eat ice cream. There's nothing wrong in it. But the problem with ice cream is that you need another ice cream, you need another ice cream, you need another ice cream. There's no end to it. So it actually puts you on a hedonic treadmill. So you're being put on the hedonic treadmill and you're asked to run. You're running. And after a lot of time, at the end of the day, when you become 40, 50, you look back at your life and say, oh, where have I reached? You reached nowhere because you were on the hedonic treadmill. And you still feel that there is something missing. What is that is missing? So evaluation of life, what happens at 40 and 50 can create a midlife crisis. You can be a billionaire, but still people have committed suicide. Midlife crisis is very evident, right? It's because we have not actually paid attention to endorphin. We paid more attention to dopamine, rewarding chemical. Anything which is in the form of reward, right? I'm taking the risk of talking these things in front of HR experts. But we have oxytocin. Let's say we help others. Why do we help others? Of happiness that you get from helping others, is it the same feeling as you get from eating the ice cream? Is the same? Are they the same? No, they are different. Both of them are giving you happiness, but they are different. Why? In what respect they are different? When you are helping others, you are actually getting oxytocin in your body. And when you are actually eating ice cream, you are getting dopamine in your body. And therefore, most of us actually need dopamine detoxing. There's something called dopamine detox. I wish I knew how to actually do the dopamine detoxing. Right? You have to think about that. Set it to need. Mindfulness. Endorphin, exercising. So when you exercise, and you have taken actually exercise as part of your routine, and you're doing it for 30 minutes, let's say 40 minutes every day, you get a lot of endorphin in your body. Actually, it is a natural healer of your body. It actually heals you from inside, and that's how it makes you happy. So what is the need of the hour? What should we do? Right? Take out your mobile. Take out your mobile. Right? Where is Vishal? HOOT.IT. Then you will ask for PIN. So the PIN will appear on your screen. You put that PIN and your name, you are connected. क्लासिक में जाइए, क्लासिक में पिन अभी आ रहा है आपके सामने स्क्रीन पर. Alright, so this is your pin 1562970. ये डालिए उसमें और फिर ये आपका नाम पूछेगा, अपना नाम डाल without joining. But I just wanted to have a poll. So 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. Great. All right, fast. We'll be starting now. जो लोग नहीं ज्वाइन कर पाए कोई बात नहीं है, रहने दीजिए अभी. We'll stop it here, right? Paucity of time. 91, 92, fine. Let's start. Start it.
रिकॉर्ड का तो ऑप्शन ही है.
So write a single word up to 20 characters which you think happiness is all about. Type your answer. Oh, happiness is love. Very good. When Arthur Brooke was asked this question, can you explain happiness in one single word? He said, happiness is love and full stop. Yes. You said that? Yeah. What makes you think like this?
मेरे यहाँ तो काफ़ी अच्छा लग रहा था और जब मैं आपसे सुने रहे थे तो मुझे मतलब एकाग्र होकर सुनने
मौका मिला, अच्छा लग रहा था, फोकस कर रहे थे आप. So happiness is also focus, love, family, peace of mind, of course, yes. Success. Success, you have to be a little cautious about it. Happiness is success, no doubt on that. But don't put all your eggs in the same basket. Alright? Satisfaction, family. About family, it is said that family is good. This Harvard study has testified that people who have a stable marriage were found to be more happy. But there is something called 2 a.m. friend that everybody has to have. जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं बेकार का दोस्त. कहते हैं ना लाइफ में यूजलेस फ्रेंड बोलते हैं. वैसा एक फ्रेंड होना चाहिए आपके लाइफ में जो रात में आपने 12 बजे मुझे कॉल किया, उसने फ़ोन उठाया, हाँ जी बोलो, और आपने बोलना शुरू किया, पता नहीं मोदी जी क्या कर रहे हैं, क्रिकेट में क्या हो रहा है, ये हो गया वो हो गया, सब कुछ बोल जाती है, राइट. और फ़ोन रखिए आप भी, वो भी रखेगा, सो जाए. तो दैट इज दैट काइंड ऑफ फ्रेंड इज वेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड. चलिए नेक्स्ट आगे चलते हैं. वेरी गुड आइडिया अबाउट हैप्पीनेस. चलिए अब आपके रेसिपी आ रही है, हैप्पीनेस रेसिपी. I exercise for at least half an hour, 3 to 4 times a day. 3 to 4. Oh, sorry. My mistake. Yeah, 3 to 4 times a week. 3 to 4 times a week. Yeah, all right. Rarely. So my concern is this one. आप अगर lower side में हैं, never. These are the concerns. People have to learn this. So how do you walk? Because walking is so important. There is something called runner's high. There is a phenomenon called runner's high. So when you experience that, when you walk, that means your body is generating enough endorphin, right? So how do you walk is very important. So when you walk, you have to take the stretch a little bigger so that it becomes a brisk walk. That's number one. Number two, be a solo walker. If you're walking alone, is better. Because your focus has to be all on yourself, right? और जैसे आप थोड़ी देर वॉक करेंगे 20 मिनट 25 मिनट पर तेजी से तो आपके दिमाग में एक खालीपन एक सुन्न एक आवाज आनी शुरू होगी आपके दिमाग से एक घंटी से बजने की आवाज आनी शुरू दैट इज द इंडिकेटर दैट यू आर डूइंग गुड राइट लेकिन आप कभी डॉग के साथ निकलते हैं डॉग को वॉक कराने उसको वॉक नहीं कहा जाता डोंट कंसीडर दैट एज वॉक राइट दैट इज नॉट द वॉक दैट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट हियर नेक्स्ट Wow, fantastic. Regular enrollment is 52. Great. So 6 plus 5 plus 11. These three categories have to pay little more attention. I would like to ask Silversi here because he is a big fan of healthy food. What do you mean by healthy food and why?
I think I'm doing very badly on the healthy food one, but I'm doing more better on the exercise. So I think that's very important that today all the studies now say that the most unhealthy thing is sugar. Unfortunately, we just serve so much sugar in our diets.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to avoid sugar as much as possible.
So there is a lot that we can talk about healthy food, but I'll give you some brief idea about it. So we get food from two different sources. One is called the plant-based, other is called the animal-based. So as your age increases, you have to actually increase more intake from the plant-based and reduce the intake from the animal-based. One of the things that you should stop eating or taking as quickly as possible is the milk. If you stop milk at the earliest is better, right? That's another. You can ask why, but I can go on talking about it. But how much do you think? Suppose you have taken a diet, lunch किया या dinner किया या तो वो कितना टाइम लेता है बॉडी को उसको पूरी तरह से डाइजेस्ट करने में आपके हिसाब से? Vegetarian, let's say vegetarian food, simple vegetarian food. 4 hours? Yeah? 24 hours. Oh, who said 24 hours?
1 hour.
That's a little exaggeration, actually 24 hours. But 4 hours is also very less. All right. Yeah, fine. So it takes about 12 hours. All right, vegetarian. अगर आपने non-veg खाया तो 16 hours लेगा. 12 hours plus 3 hours for your body cleaning. वो अपने को clean भी करता है. Right? जैसे किचन में आपने काम कर लिया, फिर आप उसको clean करोगे, फिर तो दोबारा काम करोगे ना. Right? तो body अपने को clean करता है. तो 12 plus 3, 15 to 16 hours, and that's why intermittent fasting is recommended. Right? So the logic for intermittent fasting is this. And how much time the fruits take to digest? Fruit and salad. 2 hours? Surprisingly, it takes about 20 minutes. Yeah. And therefore, how you eat fruit with your food is so important. When people have the habit of eating food and after that they eat fruit. So what happens to your body? What have you done with your body? The fruit will digest in 20-25 minutes and the rest of the thing will take hours. So it's actually going to create a lot of toxin in your body. You understand? So how you eat is, when should we eat the fruit? It should be the first thing, before meal. When should we eat salad? Before meal, not after meal, or not along with the meal. Anyway, we can talk about this at length, right? Next one. concerned about this one. 2 people, 10 people, 10 plus 12 people. Yeah, good number, 54. But this is the matter of concern over here. If you're not getting good sleep, your mind cannot be very, very functional and healthy. You have to sleep 7 to 8 hours. You have to give your mind some rest. Right? So this is so important. Somebody was saying, oh, it is so difficult to sleep, even on my bed, because you know the earth is shaking so much every day. I cannot sleep actually. So when you go to the bed and you fall asleep quickly, ऐसा होता है कभी-कभी, बेड पर गए नींद आ गई, right? बेड पर गए नींद आ गई. That's not a good sign for your body. So sorry to say that. So sorry. So when you go to the bed, your sleep should come in 10 to 12 minutes. At least it should take 10 to 15 minutes to go to sleep. So sleep should come slowly. That's number one. Sleep happens in different phases. So when you reach the last phase, you see the dream. Your dream actually comes in the last phase of your sleep. So this means that when you see dreams, that's the time to get up. So when you see dreams, it always tells your body, get up, get up, get up. It's time to get up. And that's why when we get up, we remember some of the dreams. We always get up with seeing the dreams. So if you see the dream and get up, it's a good sign. If you don't see dreams, it's not a good sign. Next one. इस पर और भी बातचीत हो सकती है. इतना बड़ा विषय है ये. रेजिलियंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. रेजिलियंस का पहला जो ये इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है वो ये है कि यू शुड हैव द एबिलिटी टू कम बैक. आपकी योर एबिलिटी टू कम बैक आफ्टर द सेटबैक. कम बैक आफ्टर द सेटबैक. सेटबैक इज फाइन, इज डन, इज गॉन, राइट? इट इज जस्ट लाइक यू नो मोमेंट. ये मोमेंट है, अभी ये चला जाएगा. जैसे आप खाना खाने के लिए जाएंगे, if you start recalling this moment of interaction, it will only be in your thought, right? अब एक थ्योरी भी यूनिवर्स का डेवलप हुआ है. उसमें कहते हैं the whole universe is a myth actually. So where does it exist? It doesn't exist actually. It exists in your dream. It exists in your mind. This moment exists in your mind after this moment gets over. Think about it. You have to get back to the work after any major setback, minor setback. Next, we work towards finding solutions to the problem. ठीक है. There are a lot of other ideas that I can give about making your well-being and happiness. But let's go back to the conclusion part. इसको आप खत्म कर दीजिए. Which one? Usually it is rare, it is always, right? So you have to be on the higher side. Yeah. So I have also the scorecard. So you can have a mix of it. One cannot be on the higher side for everything, but you have to have a balanced scorecard. So if you have a scorecard, you can match it with the scorecard. So that exercise is a different exercise. So okay, all right. So I'm going to talk about stoicism. That's the conclusion I'm going to give to you. What is stoicism and why it is important for all of us to be happy? Stoicism, what it means actually. So it comes from the Roman Stoic kings. They were Marcus Aurelius. He was the greatest Stoic kings ever produced, ever walked on the earth. So you know, what it says is that we are living in a world where there are larger scheme of things, which is not under our control. For example, if you want to change the sun, it's very scorching. Can you do that? No. You don't like the mountain. Can you change that? No. Right? So there are many things which is not under our control, but there are many things which are under our control, right? Which we can change. For example, you can get up in the morning, it's in your control. You can do exercise, it's in your control. You can develop positive outlook, it's under your control. So what it says is that things which you really are upset about or is required in your life, you must change it if it is under your control. But if it is not under your control, forget about it. Right? If the boss is not under your control, don't think about changing it. Right? Now, it happens with many abusive parents, let's say. But there are many cases, abusive parents. Can you change that? No? And therefore, you know, the important thing is, what comes from basically the दीवार मूवी, जिसमें अमिताभ बच्चन और शशि कपूर दोनों आपस में डायलॉग करते होते हैं. अमिताभ बच्चन कहता है शशि कपूर को, भाई देख मैं यहीं से बड़ा हुआ, तो हम दोनों यहीं से बड़े हुए. आज मैं कहाँ हूँ, तुम कहाँ हो. आज मेरे पास गाड़ी है, बंगला है, कार है, तुम्हारे पास क्या है? मेरे पास माँ है भाई. कार इज सो इम्पोर्टेंट. तो आज के कंटेक्स्ट में अगर ये डायलॉग होगा तो अमिताभ बच्चन अपने भाई को कहेगा, भाई देख मेरे पास टेस्ला है, मेरे पास फरारी है, तुम्हारे पास? तो उसका भाई कहेगा, मेरे पास पार्किंग स्पेस है भाई, गाड़ी कहाँ खड़ी करेगा तू? Car is so important, right? But the car that you buy from the market is not a guarantee of your happiness. Because when you buy a small car, you need another big car when your neighbor has bought a bigger car, right? So it's doping. But the car which I'm going to give you today is the car for life. It's a stoic car. Write that and be happy. The car stands for 3 letters, C-A-R. The C is for change. Change everything that you think is going to be, is disturbing you, and is giving you unhappiness, and is in your control to change. You should change, you must change. The unhappiness lies in the fact that we think about change but we don't do the change. That is the cause of unhappiness. So you must change. If something is troubling you and you can change it, you must change it. But the things which are troubling you and you are not able to change it, then accept. Accept that yes, this part of life is fine. थॉमस एडिसन के उसमें आग लग गई थी. अब पता नहीं रियल स्टोरी है नहीं है, लेकिन ये स्टोरी इज मूविंग अराउंड. एडिसन जो है वो 100 से ज़्यादा उन्होंने इन्वेंशन किए थे. उनके लेबोरेटरी में आग लगी. उनकी वाइफ ने कहा अब क्या होगा, हमारा लाइफ तो रून हो गया. तो एडिसन ने कहा कोई बात नहीं, उसके साथ हमारी जितनी भी मिस्टेक्स थे वो भी चल गया होगा, अब फिर से स्टार्ट करेंगे. You know, things which are not in control of, accept it. Yeah, okay, it's fact of life. Happy people are those who actually knows how to accept things, right? Your ability to accept. Yeah, fine. अच्छा है, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. But there are many things in life so painful. Even after accepting, it gives you a lot of pain. You have accepted, but still it is very painful. Then what to do? How to seek happiness? Then comes R. R means rise. So I was in Chicago some time back, and I was looking at Trump Tower. It was so tall, right? So I was trying to see how tall it is. I was not able to figure out. But when my flight was taking off from Chicago to New Orleans, I could see the Trump Tower from there. It looked this much. It's not that the Trump Tower has actually shrunken, right? It's that I have risen. So when you rise, the problems actually looks small, right? So that's what rise means. It's like digging for the gold. So when you dig for the gold, it doesn't matter how much dirt you have removed. It doesn't matter. Tons of dirt you have to remove to find a small piece of gold. And what matters in life is a small piece of gold, not the dirt that you have. If you start creeping about the dirt, then you will never find the gold. That's what rise is. That's what rise does to us, right? All right. So this is all about it. So toxic and lethal vocabulary, there are many, right? So when this fires, the electron fires over here, it goes to amygdala. Amygdala is at the back of your mind. There is another piece of mind inside your mind. So if you allow it to reach the amygdala, it will create havoc. And these words actually create havoc, and they are lethal for our life. Right? Take out the small piece of paper that you have. Right? नाम नहीं कहूँगा. वैसे आपको इसमें से कोई एक वर्ड पिकअप करना है और आपको इसको छोड़ना है. You have to give up this word to better your life, right? Which word would you like to give up? So these are all lethal words.
इनमें से
choose करना है. Because they are the ones with the major source. More than 90% of agony actually comes from these words. So research says that, you know, what you speak becomes the energy. And when you speak these words, it actually creates negative energy. Right? तो वो आपके सोर्स है हैप्पीनेस का। मोर देन 90% अनहैप्पीनेस का सोर्स ये वर्ड्स है। तो इसमें से कौन सा वर्ड है जिसको आप अपने लाइफ से बिल्कुल खत्म ही करना है? सारे करते हैं, बहुत ही बढ़िया, लिख दीजिए सारे वर्ड्स, बट यू हैव टू लिव इट, राइट? सो यू राइट द वर्ड दैट यू वांट टू गेट अवे विद, यू आर गिविंग अप, आज आप उसको डोनेट कर रहे हो उस वर्ड को, ठीक है? एंड दिस इज वेयर वी आर एंडिंग द सेशन। Ridhima and Priyanka, they are going to move with the bowl. You have to give this piece of paper in the bowl. That means you are going to live with this, right? Don't stop living. And thank you so much for being the great audience.